Welcome to Solano Mudcat Baseball, home of the 2026 Solano Mudcats. This is Host Family Appreciation Day for the Solano Mudcats, as well as sponsor appreciation. We want to point out a very special sponsor with Public Services and our host families. Today we are honoring our host families, and we have offerings for them. First off, the Carr family, Tricia and Rick Carr, who are hosting Jeremy Maldonado and Ben Kennedy. Family number 2, the Skibacks, Sean and Julie, who are hosting Raphael Hall and Brandon Stone. Thank you, Skibacks. Round of applause for the Carr family. Thank you, Carr family, Tricia and Rick.
Hello and welcome back to the broadcast. Sorry about the technical difficulties. The camera, internet here at Yarborough Stadium is never really the best, so we were having some camera technical difficulties with the connection to the live stream. But we are back And to give you a quick update, there are 2 outs in the top of the first inning. The West Coast Kings have scored 5 runs already here in this game. And they've also hit 2 home runs in the inning, including a grand slam, which was hit off the bat of number 25, Wyatt Miyamoto. And also Jim McNiven hit the home run. They went back-to-back. So it's 5-0. I'm joined here with Jeff Matlock.
Hey Ryan, how's it going today?
It's going good. Just, the internet.
You gotta love it. We always have problems. Unseasonably hot and humid here in Fairfield, so we have problems with the cameras overheating and the internet. So bear with us, everybody. We'll try and get this game to you on a live video broadcast instead of just doing old school radio style. So bear with us, and we'll try and get through the heat and the game with you.
Yeah, so this one with the Mudcats. Carson Thompson's on the mound. The Mudcats already have a pitcher warming up in the bullpen.
Go ahead and talk.
Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in still the top of the first. There's 2 outs. There's a new pitcher on the mound for the Mudcats after the pitching change. For now, we are deciding to go full audio because the camera keeps freezing and I don't want you guys to be staring at a screen of nothing. So, well, technically you are now, but you hear me, hopefully, for those that are listening. So we do have a new pitcher on the mound, and his name is Cade Taylor, number 24. So he just hit a batter, so the bases are going to be loaded yet again. It is 6-0 Kings. This is definitely not a good start to this ball game if you're the Mudcats, especially since the red-hot offense, which has been the best in the PEL all year, is down big. As Taylor throws a first pitch fastball on the outside and it gets swung on and missed, 0-1.
So this is one of those innings I've talked about with the team over the years I've coached, and even with this team a little bit. Every team has a bad defensive inning. Each team, every game, whether you're a little league team all the way to MLB, the team that can minimize the bad inning, minimize the amount of runs in it, is going to end up winning the game. 6 is not really what I would consider minimized, but it is the first inning in the game, and there's a lot of ball game left. And we have a great offense that can get going.
Here's the 0-2 from Taylor. And did he go around? There was no appeal. The home plate umpire actually was the one that made the call that said he held up. So the count will be 1-2. What I think one of the things too, Jeff, is what I always talk about, and I've talked with you and I've talked with some of the players too. When you get to 2 outs as a team especially, you need to be able to get off the field.
Yes.
So here's the 1-2, and that's in the dirt, 2-2.
And you and I have talked about that a lot, and I've always coined it as the elusive third out at times, and it seems like you cannot get that out.
Yeah.
And you just need somebody to make a play for you. You can't walk guys and hit guys now because there's no defense to that.
Right.
You know, somebody throw their lifeless body in front of a ball and at least block it and minimize what's going on. But when you're not throwing strikes, it's tough as well.
Yeah. And that's kind of what's going on right now. I mean, even Cade Taylor, and I know he's relatively new. I don't think I have seen him on the mound yet for the Mudcats, so for all I know, this could be his first appearance in a Mudcats uniform. But kind of what Carson Thompson, again, he's been such a good pitcher for the Mudcats this year. This was just not one of those starts where he's going to want to remember this one's way outside. So the wheels have just come off now for the Mudcats. It's 7-0. I'm not sure. Me and Antonio were talking about it in the last Mudcats broadcast. There's not nearly as many pitchers on this Mudcats roster available as there was in the beginning of the season. And I think Antonio was going over the roster, and from what I remember, he said that in the beginning of the year, there was over like 15 plus pitchers that were available. And now you kind of look at the Mudcats dugout, and there's not nearly as many arms available.
This is always a tough time of the season for all the teams in the PEL, but a lot of times you have guys are getting sore, get called back to their schools, want to go home, and especially when our record hasn't been the greatest, it's a little bit easier to leave knowing that. And it happens. I've coached on this team since 2014, and it's you basically can plan for it.
Yeah.
It happens every year.
Yeah. Well, especially with pitchers, I kind of understand it in a way because, a lot of these guys, they're in really good programs. And when I looked at the roster in the beginning of the year, a lot of these pitchers are starters in their colleges. They've pitched a lot of innings, as this one swung on and missed 2-1. So I think there's that thought of if you're a pitcher, right, you don't want to get hurt in the summer league because you're a pretty good pitcher, or at least you're throwing, 65 to possibly even 100 innings per college season. So you don't want to get hurt because that could ruin your chances of potentially, being drafted one day, or just having an everyday role in college baseball.
Yeah, and our goal here at the Mudcats and with every other team is I never want to send a guy back worse than he came here.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys have either redshirted or coming off injury too, and they're limited on, Kyle Stafford's got a staff. Some of these guys are limited on the number of pitches or number of innings they want to throw a week.
Yeah.
So he has to manage that and shuffle that around.
Yeah.
It's always tough too. But yes, our goal is, we don't want to send anybody back hurt because it hurts our recruiting as well. You get a coach from a certain, college, university, whatever, and they're not going to send kids here anymore if we start sending guys back hurt all the time. So that our goal is not to send them back hurt at all.
Yeah.
Nature of the business, do guys get bumps and bruises and soreness? Yeah, but you never, a little different. I've always said there's a difference between, are you sore or are you injured?
Yeah.
and injury is never good.
Yeah.
Soreness, we can get through that.
Yeah. So it's 3-2. Bases are loaded for the Kings. It's 7-0 Kings for those just tuning in. They've scored 7 in the top of the first. 3-2, and this one's kind of looped into center field, and it's going to fall in front of Raphael Hall. So that'll plant 2 runs, and it's 9-0 Kings. So this game has just quickly got out of hand for the Mudcats, and they haven't even had one at-bat yet today.
Hey, on a positive note, one of our best sponsors, Republic Services, the garbage company that's here in Solano County, or definitely in Fairfield, but all over the nation as well, is a huge supporter of ours. Sean Skibeck, the founder, has worked for them 30 plus years. They donate to our team every year. They actually came out and cooked hot dogs and hamburgers for the team and all our staff before the game. So we want to put a shout out and thank you to Republic Services for coming out today.
Here's the 0-1. This one is popped up, and that'll be out of play. Count will be 0-2.
Thank you.
0-2. Here's the pitch from Taylor. And
Yes, he did.
Nice slider, and he gets him to go around, and finally the inning is complete. But the Kings score 9 runs. The Mudcats have a lot of work to do, but a lot of baseball left. They're coming up trailing 9-0. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the bottom of the first inning. I'll get you guys the Solano Mudcats starting lineup as Brendan Murphy will be the leadoff hitter. And it'll be Brendan Murphy followed by Caden Witten. Max Garcia is in the third hole. Zach Goldenberg, he's in the fourth hole. Wyatt Davis. Cal Elvis is in the sixth hole. Dante Coyote, he'll bat seventh. Raphael Hall is batting eighth. And then Gilbert Roth, who is behind home plate, will round out the batting order for your Mudcats. So, obviously, you're down 9-0, but like we were talking in between innings, you can't go 1, 2, 3 in this inning. You have to at least try and score at least one run.
Yeah, you and I have talked before off camera, after games, before games, or whatever, as a coach. Right now, a guy hits a, first pitch ball, ground ball, or pop out. As a coach, I'm pretty upset. I don't want to give this guy a 3 up, 3 down in like less than 10 pitches right now.
0-2 to Murphy, and Murphy looks at strike 3 on the outside corner. Brendan Murphy has some things to say for the home plate umpire, but he will be sent back to the dugout on 3 pitches.
That was a tough one. That ball actually looked a little out. But after you go 0-2, that was probably too close to, in my words, never let the guy standing behind the catcher choose your fate for you.
Yeah.
That would be the umpire, right?
Yeah.
I'm not going to let him choose my fate, especially 0-2 and I'm down 9. You got to put the ball in play.
So here's Caden Witten, a right-handed hitter. First pitch to him, and he looks at like a fastball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. And if you're just tuning in, whether you're a Kings or a Mudcats fan, the Kings are leading 9-0 here in the bottom of the first. They planted 9 runs in the top half of the first. So here's the 1-0 to Witten, and he looks at a good front door curveball in there on the outside corner. 1-1.
Witten's been a good pickup for us this year. Just graduated high school, headed to college down in Southern California. Has played pretty well and actually adjusted to college level pitching, I think, fairly well.
So he looks like this one off the plate. Almost thought the umpire was going to call that a strike.
Me too.
He threw up his hand, but it was just to show the count. But it was kind of an awkward way to do it if you're a home plate umpire. But yeah, Caden Witten, star shortstop or star middle infielder for the Vaca High Bulldogs for 4 years. As he looks at strike 2. And getting to know him since doing the play-by-play and doing social media, he's a really good kid. He's talented, athletic. He has a chance to go really far, I feel like, in college baseball. And, I mean, he can pitch, too. We saw him in Humboldt.
Yeah.
Went out and just completely shoved, which... to be able to ask somebody as he hits one hard on the ground, backhanded by the shortstop, throw across to the diamond, and there are 2 outs. So Witten hit that one hard on the ground, but he'll be retired. And here comes Max Garcia.
Next up for the Mudcats, designated hitter number 5.
So I did notice you mentioned earlier about the Mudcats with their offense. I was looking last night. They actually dropped to second in the league in average. They've been first the whole season.
Yeah.
Until just within the last day or 2. But still, really great. I mean, it shows that we have a great offense, but our pitching has really been struggling.
Max Garcia rips one into right center field. That's going to get down for extra base hit. It'll bounce up against the wall right underneath 370. Max Garcia's in there with the 2-out double. And he's been hitting the ball really hard lately. Really the entire season. He's been one of the better hitters for this lineup. So that'll bring up the number 4 hitter, Zach Goldenberg.
And Garcia, one of the best hitters in the league right now. Average-wise, I think he's sitting at number 2 or 3. And he has been all season.
Here comes Zach Goldenberg. Another great hitter, not just on the Mudcats, but when we look at throughout the league, he's been one of the better hitters. The middle part of the order for the Mudcats has been some of the best hitters in the PEL. Welcome back to the broadcast. Had to restart it just for because we had a little bit of overheating problems. It is very hot and humid out here, so I do apologize sincerely for those that are tuning in. We're in the top of the second inning. The Mudcats got a runner into scoring position, but they could not bring him around to score. Max Garcia was left stranded as here's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So Cade Taylor is remaining out there on the mound, and he strikes out the hitter with a nice 0-2 slider. So there'll be one out. 9-0, the Kings lead here in the top of the second. Cade Taylor's first pitch is a slider that misses inside. So 1-0. Here's the 1-0 pitch. That one is off the outside, 2-0. Here's the 2-0 delivery from Taylor, and fastball misses high. Count will be 3-0. From Taylor, and that's a fastball on the outside corner, knee high, strike 1. Emmett Johnson is the hitter at the plate for the West Coast Kings. Three and one delivery from Taylor, and here it is, and that misses off the outside, ball 4. That's the Kings' 8th walk of the game. Just shows you how good they've been at not going out of the strike zone. That'll bring up Josh Buffalo. Here's the first pitch, and he hits one high into center field. It's in the park. Drifting back to the warning track is Raphael Hall, and he'll make the catch. 2 outs. Get you guys the defensive alignments for the Mudcats. And I'll start in the infield. Starting from left to right will be Coyote, Witten, and Murphy and Goldenberg. That's from third to first. And then behind home plate is Gilbert Roth. As this one is chopped on the ground. In the hole, Caden Witten dives and can't make the play. That'll allow Johnson to go all the way to third. He was running hard to second base with 2 outs. Caden Witten just missed it. Bounced right off of the edge of his glove. He's been known to make plays like that, but this time it just bounced off his glove. So that'll put runners at the corners. So Buffalo gets on. That'll go down as a hit. It'll be an infield single for Buffalo. So Blake Porter will be the hitter for the Kings. So here's the first pitch from Taylor. That's outside. So to finish out the defensive alignments for the Mudcats, in the outfield from left to right will be Davis, Raphael Hall in center field, and then Cal Elvis will be in right. So those are your defensive alignments for the Solano Mudcats. Carson Thompson was the starting pitcher in this game, but he didn't even make it out of the first inning. He surrendered 7 runs. As here's a nice 1-0 slider, 1-1. Cade Taylor took over for him, and he's still in the game. Here's the 1-1. Runner's going. This one is hit out of play. They had the hit and run with 2 outs. So the count will be 1-2.
That ball is brought to you by Fairfield Sassoon Bass Reapers.
Cade Taylor checks the runner at first. He'll come set. Runner's at the corners. Here's the 1-2. And a fastball right on the outside corner. Froze him, strike 3. So Taylor gets out of the jam. Doesn't give up any runs. The Kings Strand 2 will head to the bottom of the second. Mudcats coming up. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the bottom of the second inning. Cal Elvis will be the leadoff hitter. It's 9-0 Kings lead. First pitch, swing and a miss. Cal Elvis swung through a first pitch fastball.
We got the iPad going again with the ice pack on the back of it because it's overheating.
We're trying anything. 0-1, that misses off the plate.
It's see what you can do Sunday basically to get rid of the heat. Cover the camera up with the towel so it was overheating still. Yeah, good thing I bring a nice little flexible ice pack to go on the back of the iPad.
1-1. Elvis loops one right at the second baseman. He's got it, and he'll fire to first. 1 out. So that'll bring up Dante Coyote. So here's Dante Coyote with 1 out. Like if you're the Mudcats, you had some runners in scoring position your first time around, or the second time around, but I'm sure they're hoping that they can maybe get something started this inning.
And I'm sure it's a lengthy innings, but you were right. It was the first time around. This is only their second at bat, but it feels like it's about the fifth inning with a 9-0 lead.
Here's the 0-1 to Coyote. Coyote hits one into center field. It's got some carry going back as a center fielder, reaching high over his head, and he can't get it. So that'll be a one-out double for Coyote, and that puts a runner in scoring position. So that's huge.
That was a nice hit. Dead center, a couple hops to the fence. That guy had a pretty good beat on the center fielder, but just over his glove. I will say, being a little patient here is probably a little better. You don't want to see quick outs. You need base runners right now. At least, trailing 9-0, you need base runners so we can put them in on the plate. So,
yeah, the center fielder for the Kings, that was Miles Clayton in center field. Yeah, you got a really good beat on it, but Dante Coyote just drove that one hard in the center field. So here's Raphael Hall, and now we'll get a step off, and pitcher will look Coyote back to second. Emmett Johnson is the... Oh, nope, I'm looking at the wrong guy.
love to see Raphael Hall here be a little patient. He's been not so patient most of the time, but right now you need to be a little bit patient. He's a pretty good pull hitter. That'd be great to hit behind Coyote and get him over to third.
1-0. Hall chops one on the ground hard to second. Nice backhand from the second baseman. That'll move the runner up to third, but Hall is retired.
And almost like I called it, but the only problem with that is now you're at 2 outs.
Yeah.
Runner on third. But hey, listen, your goal is when you have no runs is to get rid of the goose egg on the board, at least get rid of the shutout.
Yeah, and one thing we know about the Mudcats offense, especially this year, it just takes one run, and you'll really see this entire dugout wake up. So here's Gilbert Roth. He's been really good for the Mudcats this season. It's still early, too. It's only the bottom of the second.
Ryan Gerke, the pitcher for the Kings, on a curveball, lefty. Not overwhelming velocity, decent velocity though, but then he throws that big hanging left curveball. Does a great job with that. So I'll be right back with you. I'm being called to duty for one of our in-between inning things with the Republic Services being here. We're going to do a few little novelty games. So this is going to be get dressed in a Mudcat uniform. 2 people,
Can't
see
wait to
who
see
wins.
that.
All right, I'll be right back.
Yep. So the count is 2 balls and 1 strike with the runner at third. Gilbert Roth ahead in the count. Here's the 2-1. And Roth. Ooh, that looked really close, but it's going to be called ball 3. Just missed below the knees. So it's 3-1 to Gilbert Roth. Coyote leading off at third. Here's the pitch. And Roth fouls one straight back and out of play. So the count will run full now, 3-2. 2 outs. I'm going to see if you're the Mudcats, you would like to try to get this run home, at least get on the board. Still very early in this game, so you have a lot of time left. Here's the 3-2, and Roth chases the high fastball, and he's down on strikes. So the Mudcats will leave another run stranded. We'll head to the top of the third. It's 9-0. Hi, welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the top of the third inning. 9-0 the Kings lead. Kate Taylor remains out there on the mound. Here's the 1-0 pitch. And that one is a good backdoor slider in there. One and one the count. Here's the pitch from Taylor. And a swing and a miss. Strike two. Miles Clayton is the leadoff hitter in this inning for the Kings. Left-handed hitter. Here's the 1-2 from Kate Taylor. Fastball just misses off the black on the outside corner. Count will be 2-2. Here's the 2-2. Fastball chopped on the ground. It's a fair ball, and it's down the line. Goldenberg's got it. 1 out. So that's how this inning gets started. Nice little chopper right to Zach Goldenberg along the line.
Second baseman, EJ Cord.
So here's EJ Cord, a right-handed hitter. He'll step in with 1 out for the Kings. Here's the first pitch. This one is popped up, and that'll go right back and out of play.
Ball, snack bar. Get your snacks now.
Looks like down in the Mudcats bullpen, the right-hander Cameron Castro is getting warmed up. Here's the 0-1. This one is hit into center field, and it's in the park. Hall camps right underneath it. He's got it. 2 outs. So Cameron Castor will more than likely come into the game after this inning.
Wyatt Miyamoto.
Right-handed pitcher. He's been really effective out of the bullpen. He's also started a few games this year for the Solano Mudcats. So here's the first pitch from Taylor, and that's a slider that misses off the plate. Wyatt Miyamoto is the batter. He hit the grand slam back in the first inning for the West Coast Kings off of Carson Thompson. He looks at a fastball up and in, and that definitely brushed him off the plate. 2-0. Two and 0 pitch from Taylor. And a fastball right on the outside corner, strike 1. Taylor coming in, he's been pretty effective with that fastball. He'll mix and match it with that slider, and he does have a changeup, I believe. But that slider and fastball combination. So here's the 2-1, and that fastball's in the dirt. Three and 1 the count. Here's the pitch from Taylor. And Miyamoto did not go around, so that's ball 4. So didn't seem like they wanted anything to do with him in his second at-bat of the game. So Jimmy McAneven, he hit the home run right after Miyamoto. As this one comes in tight, 1-0. Kings went back-to-back in that big inning where they scored 9 runs. They currently lead 9-0, and all of their runs came in the top of the first. Carson Thompson got to a quick 1 out with nobody on, and then that's when the damage started. Here's the throw down from Roth, and it's not in time. But a great throw from Gilbert Roth. Nonetheless, Miyamoto gets a steal, though, so there are 2 outs, and the Kings have another runner in scoring position. It was a great throw from Gilbert Roth. It was right on the money, but Miyamoto just got there just too quickly. So here's the 1-1. This one is hit high into center field. It's in the park. This will end the inning. Raphael Hall's right underneath it, and he catches it, and that's the 3rd out of this inning. So we'll head to the bottom of the 3rd. The Mudcats coming up. They need some runs. They trailed 9-0. Going back in. Welcome back to the broadcast. Yay, we have video now. Again, for those that are watching, we are in the bottom of the third inning. 9-0 Kings lead. The Mudcats, though, have, and now we have a steal attempt, and Murphy got caught off base, so he's going to get thrown out at third. Not a very smart decision by Murphy, and that's a lead runner out. And he was in scoring position too, and I'm assuming that the double steal was in effect, but Murphy just left too soon. So he gets thrown out at third, and that's a huge mistake for the Mudcats. So now you have 1 out, and Caden Witten is at first. Brendan Murphy led off the inning with a base hit. And then Caden Witten blooped one into center field that just fell right in front of the center fielder. So it was back-to-back hits to open up the bottom of the 3rd inning. And then, like I said before, I'm assuming that the double steal was on. And it just simply was a matter of Brendan Murphy being confused. So the count is 2-0 to Max Garcia. Two 2-0 pitch. Witten's going. Here's a throw down to second, and it's going to be backed up. And now it gets away from the shortstop, so Caden Witten's going to move up to third. So now a defensive mistake by the Kings. And now you wonder if Murphy hadn't made that mistake at second base, he may very well have came around to score on that play. The ball on the throw from the catcher bounced up past the second baseman, and then the shortstop couldn't handle the ball, and it snuck away from him into shallow center field. And here's the 2-1 and a good curveball in there for strike 2. Two and two to count to Max Garcia. Mudcats have another runner in scoring position. Here's the pitch. And Garcia lines one over the leaping attempt of the second baseman. That's going to be into the gap. It gets cut off by the right fielder. That'll knock in Caden Witten. Garcia will scurry back to first. And there's the first run of the day for your Solano Mudcats. And it's courtesy of Max Garcia with his second hit of the day.
And Max Garcia coming through clutch again, but it does make you wonder. I heard you saying, you know, if Murphy wouldn't have got picked off, we'd have 2 runs there.
Yep.
So it makes it kind of tough. You know, when you're down 9-0, I don't know that stealing's going to, 1 run's not going to win the ball game for you.
Well, and I was just kind of talking about it. I'm assuming that was a double steal attempt, and Murphy he left too early. Because either that or he was trying to catch the pitcher sleeping.
Yeah, I'm not sure if it was a double steal or not, because the guy on first didn't even look like he broke it all.
Yeah, Caden Witten didn't move at all at first base. He took a big lead, and then he took a big secondary lead, but he never even made an attempt to go to second base. So, just a little bit interesting there, as big swing and a miss by Goldenberg.
So a lot of talk these days about the mental game, and you know, in that part of the inning there, the mental game there is you can't try and make too much happen when you're down 9-0. A grand slam's not even going to win it for you, right? So you're still behind by quite a bit. So every little run counts.
1-1, runners going. Here's the throw down to second. It's a good one, and it's right on the money, and not in time. Excellent throw. Garcia just got underneath the tag. So that'll put another runner into scoring position. I like to see the Mudcats utilizing a lot of stealing right now, something that you don't really see a lot from them. They're not a high stealing team. They don't have a lot of steal attempts or successful steals on the season. You do have some quick players on the team, though, like Garcia.
And Garcia gets good reads on the pitcher, and,
Yeah.
and what he does there with 1 out is now he breaks up the double play. So there's not going to be a double play inning-ending play here, which is great. So you break that up. You know, there's no chance of that now.
Well, and when you're down big too, it is important to have guys that are good readers that can steal and get good jumps. This here's the 1-2 to Goldenberg, and Goldenberg swings through a high fastball. He's down on strikes. So he'll go back to the dugout.
Next one, here we go.
And that'll bring up Wyatt Davis. We're in the bottom of the third, 9-1 the Kings lead.
Wyatt Davis.
And Davis will look to try to get another run across for the Mudcats and try to dig into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, anything you can do here to scratch back a couple runs always helps. We're only in the bottom of the third, so you're going to have 6 more attempts to hold them and get some more runs for yourself. Not nearly as windy as it normally is out here. The flag out in left center, blowing a little bit, almost straight out like it normally does here, but not usually straight out like it normally is.
Yeah. Here's the 1-0 to Davis. Davis lines one hard into center field. That'll get down for a base hit. Garcia gets the green light. He'll round third, and he'll come around to score. So that's an RBI single for Wyatt Davis. And just like we were saying, you get a couple runs here, a couple runs there, and you could all of a sudden be back in this game. They do get 2 in this inning, and they trail 9-2 now.
Yeah, at any time, too, the Mudcats offense is good enough where they start stringing a few hits together. They're going to score a few runs in an inning. So nice to put up a crooked number right now, 9-2. Got a long ways to go, but you still have a lot of ball game left to do it.
So here comes Kyle Elvis. With 2 outs, Davis at first. And that one in there.
There's that nice curveball or slider he's got. He has actually thrown it quite a bit on first pitches, and guys generally aren't looking for that. And he's sneaking that first pitch strike by a lot of guys.
So 0-1 to Elvis. Here's the pitch. Runner's going. And Davis got a humongous jump. I don't even think there would have been a throw. I mean, the catcher was jumping up like he was going to throw it, but Davis was already more than halfway towards second base before that ball even got caught. So that was a huge jump.
Yeah, I'd almost like to see the batter there maybe let that go. Kind of tough to go down 0-2, but you still are at the same count now with fouling it off, and now the runner's got to go back.
My only assumption is it could have been a hit and run, but I feel like with 2 outs maybe it's not, but the runner's going again, and that's strike 3. Nasty, like you were saying, the curveball or slider that he's been throwing all day. But the Mudcats dig into that deficit just a little bit. They trail 9-2 now. We'll head to the top. Welcome back to the broadcast. The very first pitch of the inning from the new pitcher, Cameron Castor, gets lined into left center field for a leadoff base hit. And Castor immediately calls for Roth to come up to him. It's rare you see a pitcher tell the catcher, hey, I want a meeting on the mound right now. Usually it's the catcher that does that. So that was kind of funny.
Maybe he didn't like what he called.
He was like, hey, don't ever call that pitch again.
And maybe it wasn't executed is what he called either. But
well, it looked like a fastball, just the very first pitch fastball, and it was, I mean, right down the middle of the plate. These West Coast Kings today, they're not messing around. They're ambushing these Mudcats pitchers. That's something rare too, because we've seen them a lot this season, and this has probably been the best game, at least the series is at home at Yarborough Stadium, where their offense has looked really good.
Yeah, the Kings' offense today looks like it's firing on all cylinders, but I agree with you. They seem to be more aggressive today.
Yeah.
Not taking a lot of pitches that are near the zone, and when they get a hold of them, they're putting them through the holes.
So 1-1 from Castor, and that's a changeup, misses in the dirt. Two and one. This one is popped up, and that'll go straight back and out of play. 2-2. Two and two. Castor checks the runner. Here's the pitch, and a curveball hit right into the Mudcats dugout. Look out over there.
That almost looked like a knuckleball. I saw seams clearly on that. And yes, I wear glasses, but they're not telescopic. But I could have sworn my first instinct when I saw that ball was right as it got to the hitter. It looked like a knuckleball. And I think Castor does throw it.
Here's the pitch, and that one's in the dirt. Count will run full now, 3-2. It's either a knuckleball or there's that new, well, it's not new, but a lot of pitchers throw it nowadays. It's the knuckle curve.
Yeah.
Which is very popular nowadays.
Generally, though, that still has, one knuckle's bent back and throw that, and it's still got a little bit of spin on it.
And there's that same pitch that you were talking about. This one fouled at home plate. I'll have to ask him. Well, one of us will have to ask him after this game what that is, because it's funky. It's got a lot of kind of floating action to it, and I mean, you can see the seams.
Yes, that's what would lead me to believe it's more of just a straight knuckle, because it doesn't have any of that rotation on it.
3-2. Here's the pitch. Runner's going. Fastball fouled straight back to the screen.
Camera still good?
Camera's good. That went right at our camera, too.
We got it lowered down now for y'all. It's in the shade. We're trying to fight the elements here. If it's not one thing, it's another lately. But we're fighting for you guys out there to give you some, not only audio, but get you some video.
Runner's going. This one is hit foul. That one had a little bit more break to it.
Right here, you got it.
And these games out at Yarborough Stadium, they can be long.
They have been very long this year.
Quick pickoff attempt, and Goldenberg digs it out of the dirt. Runner's back in there safely.
We've played a lot of 3.5 hour plus games this year.
Quick pickoff attempt, and Goldenberg again digs it out of the dirt. Castor's got a little bit of sneaky pickoff attempt. It's quick, but he's getting kind of lucky on these two pickoff attempts. They both were in the dirt. Goldenberg did a nice job picking it out. Here's the 3-2. Fastball, broken bat. Either a broken bat or he lost his bat. It looks like he lost his bat. That one was fouled straight back and out of play.
I do like Castor's actually, throwing over. The Mudcats have had a problem with the pitchers not always varying their looks, not throwing over to guys, and they just start running on us. And mainly off the pitcher, so it puts the catcher in a bad spot to try and catch up with that. But Castor's thrown over a couple times, trying to quiet that guy's feet a little bit. But he was still going on that pitch as well.
Yeah. And that's one thing, too. And this year, I'll have to look at the stats, but I think about last week I was looking, and Mudcats pitchers have allowed a lot of steals this year. And one of the things that I've talked about before on the broadcast is the lack of holding runners on. Castor's done a good job in this sequence as this one's fouled out of play. But a lot of pitchers for the Mudcats this year have not really worried about the runners that much. And because of that, you've seen a lot of these teams just get these humongous leads against the Mudcats pitchers, and then they just basically walk right into the next bag because they're like halfway up the line. 3-2, swing and a miss. Here's the throw down, and it's not in time. So almost a strike him out, throw him out, but the Kings get a stolen base. And Kyle Stafford's coming out to maybe ask.
Looks like he's going to argue that there was a little bit of interference on that batter, maybe coming out of the box in front of the catcher on that throw.
And that could be. What you don't want the umpires to do is say there was interference on the catcher, because if that happens...
I don't think Kyle would be arguing for that.
No, I don't. No, but what I'm saying is you don't want the umpires to all of a sudden say, oh, well, you know, Gilbert Roth was actually in the way.
Yeah.
But that, I agree with you. I think that's probably most likely what that was. So they
so
called him out.
Yeah.
So it's a strike him out, throw him out. So that's a double play. And it was a great throw from Gilbert Roth. It was right on the money. Great pitch from Cameron Castor. And just like that, bases are empty now with 2 outs.
Yeah, so I think he got together with the field umpires, and they said, yes, that right-handed batter did come out of the box and was in the way of the catcher to interfere with that throw to second, so that guy's out.
So,
good break for the Mudcats.
Yeah, excellent defense. As there's that looked more like a curveball.
That was definitely a curve.
Yeah, in their strike 1. Castor comes set. 0-1 pitch, and this one's hit hard in the hole. That'll be a base hit. That curveball was up, as Davis will fire it back into second, and it kind of gets away from Brendan Murphy. Goldenberg will pick it up, and that's huge for the Mudcats, because obviously if that runner would have been at second, who knows, that could have been a run.
Absolutely.
So runner will be at first. This one is chopped on the ground, foul down the third base line.
So I'll give you a great fact. I saw a thing with Trevor Bauer, whether you like him or not, to everybody talking about this, and it reminded me we had a couple AAA coaches come when I was coaching at Vanden High School. If you throw a first pitch strike, 94% of the time, you're either going to get a strike to make it 0-1, or you're going to get an out if he hits it. 94%, so only 6% of the time is he going to get on base on that. And by getting ahead 0-1, generally the at-bats after that average about 180 to 190 batting average, but when you go 1-0, it's in the high 200s, low 300s for the rest of the at-bat.
Yeah.
So you definitely want to get that first pitch strike over, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I was actually shocked to hear that only 6% of, an 0-0 count, that a guy actually gets a hit or gets on base.
This one is hit into left field. It looks playable. It's in the park. Wyatt Davis drifting back. He's got it, and that'll end the inning. We'll head to the bottom of the 4th. The Mudcats coming up. They trail 9. Welcome back to the broadcast. Bottom of the fourth inning. Dante Coyote will lead things off for the Mudcats. They trail 9-2. Trying to currently have the iPad underneath the ice pack. Trying to keep this live going because it is hot and humid and muggy outside. It is not the greatest baseball weather in the world. Definitely not good for equipment if you're trying to broadcast or live stream a game outside. Coyote ahead in the count 1-0. And he looks at a curveball, misses high, 2-0. To Coyote. And a good wraparound curveball in there for strike one. If you're Coyote, you might want that one back. That was up. It had good wraparound movement, but see if he gets one again here. 2-1. And there it is, and that one misses high and away, 3-1.
I like this AB though. Good AB here. Be patient. You're behind. You're trailing by 7. He's worked the count to 3-1. He's making him pitch to him. You make him earn it right now.
3-1 to Coyote. Coyote swings and misses a big, healthy rip. 3-2. Looked like the home run swing.
Yeah, that ball was a little down too. I don't know if that was a changeup because it looked like it did drop off the table right at the end though, because it looked like it was going to be a low strike.
So it's a full count. Here's the 3-2. Coyote sends one in the air into right field. It's playable. Drifting back as the right fielder, and he'll make the catch. 1 out. So that'll bring out Raffy Hall.
Voted by most of his teammates to not let their daughter date him in the last video we put out. Poor Raffy.
My apologies, Raffy. It was Teo Kopp. It wasn't me. He's the one that wanted to make the video. Shout out, Teo.
Don't blame the guy that posted it.
Swing and a miss. First pitch slider. A lot of kids nowadays, they throw that slurve. That's like that big. I mean, it's been around for a long time, but it's one of those. It's kind of a mix between a curveball and a slider. That's why they call it the slurve. So that's in there for strike 2. Oh, and 2 the count to Hall. Gilbert Roth awaiting on deck. Here's the pitch. And that throws him strike 3. Just 3 curveballs. He didn't give him a single fastball. My thought is maybe Hall was looking for a fastball and he never got one. 2 outs.
Well, and if they've paid attention, Rafael Hall is more of a dead pull hitter, and with the lefty-lefty matchup there. I think, obviously with the result, but they're not going to give him nothing on the inside or out in front of the plate. That slider's going away from him, and he doesn't tend to hit the ball away either.
So here's Gilbert Roth. He looks like a good fastball. Had some two-seam movement coming back to the inside corner. 0-1.
You know, if you got a really good, smart catcher back there, he's going to see the holes in everybody's swing.
Nasty curveball, 0-2.
So they're going to, if they're managing the game well, the catcher's going to know what guys' weaknesses are, and they're going to throw those. And like you saw, there are 3 curveball sliders to Rafael Hall.
0-2 to Roth, and that one comes up and in. Roth gets out of the way of that. 1-2. This is starting pitcher for the Kings is Greinke, right? Or
Gurkey, I believe.
Oh,
his
Gurkey.
name's.
That's
Yeah.
how you said it. 1 and 2. Well, I'd say, I mean, he's done an excellent job today, but this is like his stuff. This has been the best inning where I think his stuff has looked the best.
Yeah, he's looking pretty good still in the bottom of the fourth
Yeah.
here. Not bad to be able to come out in the bottom of the first with a 9-0 lead.
Yeah.
Makes it a heck of a lot easier.
Yeah. 2-2 to Roth. Roth chops one on the ground to short. Backhand takes a high bounce, throw over to first, and it can't be dug out by the first baseman. That hit the edge of the grass where the grass meets the dirt, I'm pretty sure, and it took a really high hop. Shortstop made a good play, but
Next up for the Mudcats,
Altamura
number 9, Brendan Murphy.
is the first baseman for the Kings. He couldn't dig it out of the dirt. So here's Brandon Murphy with 2 outs.
Now, you'd like to see Murphy here, and he hasn't been lately. You'd like to see him be a little patient here. There is 2 outs. He is a lefty going against a lefty who likes to throw that slider in. So let's see what Murphy can do here.
So runner at first. Here's the pitch to Murphy. And there's a good... Was that slider again?
Yeah, that may be all he sees here. If he's going to get a fastball, my guess would be it's going to be a fastball up to change the eye level to set up the slider after that again.
Oh, and 1 to Murphy. And did he go around? No. 1-1.
Another slider.
Yeah, this time started it on the outside and it finished well off the plate and in the dirt.
Yeah, good block by the catcher to keep the runner at first.
One and one to Brendan Murphy. Here's the pitch. And that one is off the outside.
That looked like a fastball, a little down and out.
Yeah.
Gurkey has also done a pretty good job. We've only got a couple stolen bases, but varying his looks and varying his timing. It's always a little bit harder to steal off of a lefty. But usually you can see if he's, a predetermined guy or is he a read guy.
2-1, and Murphy stayed in on that curveball and he fouls it down the line. I think that's the biggest thing with the Mudcats is they've been stealing a lot more today. And they've had a lot more steal attempts. But I think if you're going to hit Gurkey, right now his slider and his curveball or maybe his slurve. Because sometimes it looks like he can make the curveball look more like a 12-6. And then sometimes he'll throw that slider movement. Here's the 2-2. And there it is. And Murphy hits one along the line. Coming in is the left fielder, and it's going to fall. So Brandon Murphy, a little 2-out blue pit down the line, finds some grass out there in left field. That'll put runners at first and second now for Caden Witten.
Runs together for our bat boy, Brendan.
Our bat boy, Brendan. And Braden or
Good
Brendan?
job, Grayson.
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 Our PA announcer.
Next up for the Mudcats, Caden Witten.
Always got the little kid bat boys out here showing off their wheels.
Probably the most we've had in any year. We did a post right preseason, and it kind of gathered some traction.
Yeah, got a lot of people coming out here wanting to be involved.
In our offensive stations, in our Mudcats 3-day summer camp for the youth ball players, we actually had an offensive station in the dugout, and 2 of our players showed them how to be a bat boy. Not only the safety of it, but made them hustle after foul balls and bats. It was great.
First pitch to Witten, and he waves at a first pitch slider, 0-1.
A couple of our guys were throwing balls off the net like they got fouled off and timing the kids and making a little contest out of it. And it actually seemed like we kind of joked about making that a station, and I thought we would do it. And then it was probably one of our most well-liked stations.
0-1 to Caden Witten. Runners at first and second with 2 outs. Here's the pitch. And Witten looks at a high fastball, 1-1. We're about to head into the middle innings after the bottom of the fourth. And the Mudcats are still trailing 9-2. So they're running out of outs. And you hope here, if you're the Mudcats, you can try to get a little 2-out rally going. Here's the 1-1. Curveball misses off the plate.
You never minded the elusive third out for the opposing team, right? Like it happens to you a lot. Like a baseball gods, why don't you switch it up a little bit for us?
Reverse it for us just a little bit.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
I don't know if we need to go find a live chicken or we need to have some of Jobu's rum or something like that.
2-1. And Witten high chopper to short.
Yeah.
Shortstop will go the long way to first, and that'll retire Witten. So the Kings work out of a 2-out jam. The Mudcats leave runners stranded at first and second. We'll head to the top of the fifth. It's 9. Yeah, you're good. Welcome back to the broadcast. Top of the fifth inning. Cameron Castor remains out there on the mound. First pitch, fastball in there for strike one. Mudcats trail by 7. It's 9-2 Kings as we're officially in the middle innings now. As this one is hit hard on the ground. Nice pick from Coyote. He'll fire to first, 1 out. Nice play from Dante.
Let's go, Bubba.
So, the thing about Cameron Castor, too, that I really like is, and I kind of relate to him on this as being a former pitcher, ground ball pitcher. Keeping the ball on the ground, in the park. You know, you don't throw as many pitches. Get out of innings.
Hopefully.
Yeah. It's always the, question mark.
Listen, man, you when I was the pitching coach at Vanden for 3 years on varsity, one of my big things was I only played 7 innings there, right? So you need 21 outs. Here you need 27.
Yeah.
I don't care how you get them.
Yeah.
It's never been done in history where you either got 27 strikeouts.
Yeah.
So don't ever think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
I think it happened in college softball a couple years ago. She struck everybody out.
This one hit into left, and it's going to fall and get past Wyatt Davis. So throw will come back in. I think that ball might have knuckled on Davis out in left field because Wyatt Davis came in full force like he was going to maybe not lay out, but try to reach up and catch the ball. And then I think he realized that he wasn't going to get to it. And he's lucky that he was able to keep it in front of him, sort of.
Yeah, kind of short hopped him a little bit.
But kind of looked like he got crossed up at the last second. And again, that could be that maybe he realized I came in too far, or he wasn't going to get to it. Or it may have knuckled on him. That's always a thing that happens, and it actually happens quite a lot to outfielders.
Especially that ball that's hit directly at you.
Yeah.
You know, you can't get to the side of it and read the trajectory as well, or see the spin as much. So it's tough when it is directly at you. He came in on it pretty hard.
Yeah. Which tells me that he thought right away that he had a good chance to catch it, but then he kind of gave up at the last second, and could have been a lot of front spin on the ball to.
Yeah, you get a lot of top spin, and that
Top
ball
spin,
just
yeah.
diving down on
Yeah.
you. But like I was saying, you know, you need, in this game, you know, 9-inning game, you need 27 outs. I don't care how you get them, but you like to see guys, I like to say a lot of ground balls are cheap fly balls, right?
Yeah.
Pop-ups in the infield, cans of corn to the outfielders, things like that. And a guy like that's going to give up a couple hits and a couple runs. But as long as your offense can produce behind him, that usually produces a winning pitcher.
Yeah. And this one's hit into the gap. That's going to be a run for the Kings. Sliding over to get it is Wyatt Davis. Will throw it into second, and that's an RBI double. So, Kings plant their 10th run of the game, and that curveball from Cameron Castor, it was up. No doubt about that. It was right across the middle of the plate. Kings have just done an excellent job today at hitting mistake pitches. They haven't really missed a lot of pitches in the zone, and that's credit to them. I mean, they have 10 runs. They scored, that's their first run since the first inning when they scored all 9 runs. There's a first pitch curveball in there for strike 1. Here's the pitch. This one is also lined into the gap, and that's going to be a base hit. Coming over to cut it off is Wyatt Davis. Here's the throw into the cutoff man, Caden Witten, and he'll have no play at second. And the West Coast Kings, they're starting to hit again.
Yeah, that ball was just left middle again. And as you usually tell hitters, hey, listen, if you're going to, good hitters hit good pitches. So wait till he makes a mistake and then make him pay for it.
Well, that was Wyatt Miyamoto, and that's his 5th RBI of the game. Of course, in the first inning, he had the big grand slam that started the party for the Kings. So he's had a really good day for the Kings, as that's in there for strike 1.
Kings fans did not like that call.
Well, you don't like it, but you're up 11-2.
Yeah.
There's the pitch, and this one's hitting to right, and that's going to fall for a base hit. Here's the throw home, and it's going to be cut off by Zach Goldenberg. That was a good heads-up play from Goldie, because if that ball would have gotten by him, that would have been trouble for the Mudcats. That puts runners at the corners now with 1 out. So Altamura will come up to the plate now.
Yeah, it looks like the Mudcats are getting somebody up in the bullpen here.
Yeah, it looks like Kai Davis.
Yeah, I think that's Kai.
This one's hit into center field. Coming over to his right is Raphael Hall, and he'll make the catch. And here's the throw, and it'll be cut off by Brendan Murphy, so that's another run. So some insurance runs here in the top of the 5th. And it's 12-2 Kings. Again, like we were saying in the pregame, and I kind of was mentioning to Antonio last broadcast, the Mudcats are short on pitching. So there's only so many guys per game that can get up and throw. And it's good that Castor and both Castor and Taylor have been able to eat some innings, because after the blow-up inning by Carson Thompson, things could have really went south fast. This one is hit high and deep into left field. Coming over is Wyatt Davis, and it's over his head. So they are just ripping the ball off of Cameron Castor right now. And they're ambushing him. So that's another RBI. And now Kai Davis is going to be in a hurry up. He was just warm. He was stretching just a minute ago, and now you're going to get a mound visit from Carr. So that'll be another Mudcats mound visit, and that'll be sponsored by the Dirty Fish Podcast. Jeff, you're a part of that.
Dirty Fish Podcast. We've been talking. We need to get another episode. We've been so busy lately with different things, with the season, things like that. We'd love to get another one going here.
It's good.
Maybe we'll have to get you on there in the off season.
I would love to be on there. That would be awesome.
Talk about your experience coming out here interning. You've done a great job this year for us, not only
Thank
on
you.
the play-by-play. I think you do a great job. You've made my job easier being the game day operations manager. You've been here almost every game. You had a couple days sick, but we won't dock you too much for that. I mean,
Humboldt, really, I don't know what that was. I got so sick from Humboldt.
I'm glad you went there, though. I love to have interns go, and you know what? You actually asked me to go because I think it's a great thing to go on road trips with the guys because you get to meet the players a little bit off the field a little bit and get to know them a little more as well.
Well, that's something that I've always wanted to, with all the intern stuff that I've done and getting to work with different baseball programs and just what I want to do in the future too with this stuff. I don't want to be one of those guys that just doesn't mingle with the players, because I feel like as a broadcaster, especially if you're doing social media stuff, get involved. As this one's hit on the ground, Coyote is just going to boot the ball. It hit him in the glove, so everyone's going to be safe. So that'll put runners at the corners with 2 outs.
I think, when you do social media, the play-by-play, and you get to know the players similar to a coach, when you can build trust and respect from guys, you're going to get more out of them, whether you're coaching or whether you're doing social media, right? They have to know and trust you and respect you that you're doing the best for them.
Yeah.
So I think you've done a good job. We used to have a road trip the first part of every year. We haven't done it the last couple of years. We used to go play the San Luis Obispo Blues when we were in the CCL. And we would try to get our media guys to go with us on that first trip so that they got to know the guys right away.
Yeah.
It was actually really good for the players. It was our first 3-game set was usually a Friday, Saturday, Sunday down there. And even for the team to kind of bond, summer team, all these guys are coming together from different schools, and when you go on a road trip, you're kind of forced into vans and things together and hotel rooms. There's some bonding that goes on.
This one's hit on the ground. Coyote's got it. Now he's got to hurry. Here's the throw, and not in time. I say it pulled Goldenberg off the bag. Coyote kind of sat back on it, though, and here comes Kyle Stafford, and I think at this point, you gotta argue something, but it didn't look like Goldie was off the bag, and
I don't think he was.
No, but Coyote kind of sat back on it, and that forced the quick throw. So now Stafford's going to have the umpires come together. I'm not sure if this. I mean, they did get one call to get overturned earlier in the interference, but this is one of those calls where it's you don't have replay review, so obviously you can't go into a challenge.
No, I think the only thing you're going to hope for here is the first base umpire comes inside the foul line into fair territory to get a little bit. He's going to.
Yeah, and they're going to call him safe. So
I was hoping that the only thing you had there is possibly the home plate umpire could see that he stayed on the bag, but I didn't see him come off the bag. But then again, I'm 120 feet away. The umpire is probably 15 to 20. So.
Well, and I think on that play too, Coyote probably thinks he probably should have came up on it a little bit more. That ball took a weird hop though. It kind of it hit the edge of the grass and then it just died. It just rolled. It had no hop, nothing to it. It just basically hit the dirt and then it just rolled. right at him, which forced him to kind of get back on it. But after that, it was going to be a tough play. It was a great effort. But
Yeah, I think it was a great effort. But you're right. That last hot, instead of popping and coming up, it
this one
stayed
has
down
popped
the ground.
up. Goldenberg, this one's going to carry into foul territory, and no one can get to it. So here's the throw to the plate, and it was offline. So 2 runs coming to score. It was a good throw from Kyle Elvis. It just was a little bit too far up the line. And maybe Gilbert Roth wasn't aware of where the runner was at. So Kyle Stafford's going to come out, and that'll mean we'll get a pitching change. This game has officially fallen off the rails.
Good slide by the Kings guy. If you look and see that mark where he slid, he's near the back of the right-handed batter's box. Just swept his hand across the plate so that Roth wasn't able to tag him.
Yeah, and that was a good slide, too, from a heads-up base running
Yeah, that was a good
decision.
move by him.
Because I think if he would have went normal right into the bag head-on, he probably would have been tagged out. Because it was a good throw from Kyle Elvis.
Yes.
But that ball, much like we've seen with the Falcons, and obviously it's happened to the Mudcats, and we've seen it happen with other teams, opposing teams, Yarborough Stadium, that wind swirl is just so unpredictable. A lot of balls will get hit into foul territory, and then they come back. And
That one was definitely up, maybe a little foul or right on the line, but then it ended up about 20 feet inside fair territory in right field.
yeah,
Pitching for the Mudcats.
Very tough for a
37.
first baseman to get back on, and then also the route you initially take to the line, and then you have to turn and go back towards the field of play.
Yeah.
Makes it a little rough. The right fielder coming in, I just don't know. I didn't notice where he was started. It's probably a long run for him to get to that ball, so just a tough one to get to for everybody.
yeah. And, I mean, Kai Davis is going to come on, and he's been really good this season for the Mudcats, but his goal will obviously be to just come in and don't give up any more runs. Just try to
Find that elusive third out.
Yep. Find that elusive third out. Get out of this inning. But we will be right back after this.
That was probably a 16-2 strike. That
Yeah.
was 5 balls outside
Well,
of the plate.
you'll take it if you're Kai Davis. Welcome back after the pitching change. 7 earned runs were given up in this inning by Cameron Castor as a swing and a miss. Kai Davis has a good four-seam fastball. He'll mix it in with the really good changeup. He also throws a curveball, and I think he can mix and match. He also has a slider, too, so he has a lot of pitches that he can throw. He's had some starts this year for the Mudcats. He's also come out of the bullpen. And here's a fastball popped up and out of play.
And definitely a little more velo than Castor. Looked like he was probably getting a little tired. Everything had slowed down.
Yeah.
He's missing middle a lot and just putting it right there on a platter for the Kings.
Yeah, and for someone who doesn't throw incredibly hard, he's not one of those pitchers that just has high velocity. So here's that slider from Kai Davis, fouled away.
Yeah, he's not going to overpower
No.
anybody, right? And just blow doors by him.
But that's when, when he first came out, and it could be again, like you were saying, he kind of just ran out of gas in this inning. Because when he first came in, he was painting the corners, he was mixing and matching with the fastball and the curveball. As here's a fastball fouled straight back to the screen. Kai Davis had a breakout season his last season with the Solano Falcons. And it's been cool to get to watch him. I can't say it enough. I've been doing Solano Falcons games for the last about 2.5 to 3 years, and getting to see Kai Davis come on and kind of emerge as a starting pitcher in that Falcons rotation. And he's also come out of the bullpen a few times. Very close with Kyle Stafford. He knows him very well. But he's done some excellent things for the Mudcats this season, too, being a starter and coming out of the bullpen.
Yeah, and he's been super helpful to me.
Yeah.
We've had a couple occasions. There's a strikeout for him with a 1-2 count to get him out of the inning. Been very helpful for me. A couple times our normal guy that does our TrackMan pitch tagging, Sean Noriega, had to miss a couple games and had to get Kai Davis, young man, very well versed on TrackMan, taught us a few things. But yeah, he covered a doubleheader for us and another game as well. So
yeah, he's a smart man.
yeah, he was super happy too. I got him some Jersey Mike's gift cards for that. He said you didn't have to. I said I know I didn't have to, but sometimes when you get extra help, you do something extra for the people.
Yeah.
He took his teammate out one day to get some Jersey Mike sandwiches on the card. Trying to think of his name. Devin Hancock and him are good friends.
Yeah.
So he treated Devin to lunch at Jersey Mike's on my gift card. So
Oh, that's cool.
I was glad to hear that. That's awesome. I affected 2 guys that day. So
Well, we will be right back after this. We're heading to the bottom of the 5th. It's 16-2. Welcome back to the broadcast. Bottom of the 5th inning. Max Garcia will lead things off. The Mudcats trail big. They trail 16-2. If you're the Mudcats, they've kind of started to hit in the last three innings. They've put some good at-bats together.
Thank you.
Ty Everhard is the new pitcher out there for the West Coast Kings. The Kings had this one's lined up the middle into center field. So Max Garcia, he's 3 for 3. He's got his 3rd hit of the game. So a good day for Max Garcia. That'll bring up Zach Goldenberg. Yeah, Ty Everhard is the new pitcher coming out of the bullpen for the West Coast Kings. Ryan Gernke had a good outing. Only gave up 2 earned runs. He pitched four innings. And only gave up 2 runs and had a lot of strikeouts. First pitch swing and a miss from Zach Goldenberg. West Coast Kings going to another left-handed pitcher, as Everhard will replace Gernke. Max Garcia 3 for 3 on the day. He's at first. Goldenberg pops one up in foul territory. We'll see if it stays in play. And it does, but it'll be well out of reach of the first baseman. So I guess going back to Max Garcia on a positive note, with everything that's gone wrong today for the Mudcats, Max Garcia can say he went 3 for 3 today.
yeah, so far he's been the shining light in the game, and he's been that way all season.
0-2 to Goldenberg, and Goldenberg chases the high fastball, so he's had a tough day at the plate. That's his 2nd strikeout of the day, and he's 1 away from the hat trick. Not a good hat trick.
No. Yeah, he wasn't happy with that. He's got that. Lately he's had like an uppercut type swing.
David.
Yeah, especially a high fastball, is going to eat you up. You're not going to hit that.
Well, that's one of the things that, pitchers have kind of started to realize with Zach Goldenberg as we get towards the end of the season. In the beginning of the season, they were throwing everything knee high and lower, and he kind of has that, like we were saying, that uppercut power swing that a lot of the power hitters have nowadays. But one of the main kind of issues with that swing, and that goes for all hitters, is that high fastball. As here's Max Garcia running to second, and he's in there with a stolen base. That's Garcia's second stolen base of the game, so have a day, Max. 3 for 3 and 2 stolen bases.
As he messes with the shortstop, they must know each other. Although you never know. Max tends to know a lot of guys, and even the ones he doesn't, I think he meets them on the ball field and messes around.
He's always, again, I got really close with him at Humboldt, along with all the other players getting the travel there with you guys during the July 4th weekend. Max Garcia is full of personality. He is full of energy.
He's a character.
Yeah.
He's definitely a character.
He's definitely a guy that you want in the clubhouse, that's for sure.
Yeah, and he's a good baseball mentality, baseball IQ on the field generally. I've been holding down third base fairly well.
2-1 to Wyatt Davis. Here's the pitch, and a good curveball. Misses off the plate.
A little bit up, maybe.
Like Gernke, Everhard has the kind of same pitch arsenal. Has a really good breaking ball along with the fastball. So here's the 3-1, and that misses ball 4.
All right, you can be flying solo for a minute. You take the stick here and fly this
got
plane
it.
a little bit. I'm going to go do...
You guys have other stuff going on.
Yeah.
With the in-between innings stuff.
Yeah, they've done a few more things today with Republic Services being here and Sean Skibeck working. He's worked there for 30-plus years. And he's putting on a little show today. We're going to go do the Dizzy Bat Race in between innings here. So I'll be right back.
All right, so while Jeff goes and does that, Cal Elvis will come up to the plate with runners at first and second, and he looks at a high fastball, misses 1-0. Here's the 1-0, and that one comes in tight, 2-0. So 2-0 to Cal Elvis. Dante Coyote awaits on deck.
Thank you.
Here's the 2-0, and Elvis pops one straight back to the screen. 2-1.
That's a lot of good hustle by our ball boy Grayson.
Two and 1 the count to Cal Elvis. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and that one is off the inside, 3-1. So Cal Elvis heading to count 3-1. Nice if the Mudcats could work a walk here and you'll have bases loaded. Be the first time today that they've had bases loaded. 3-1 to Elvis. Here's the pitch, and Elvis chases ball 4. Looked like the changeup. So Cal Elvis's mind, you're probably not looking for a 3-1 changeup. You're sitting probably dead red right down the middle, looking for a fastball out over the middle of the plate. He got hit with a changeup on 3-1, so the count is 3-2. 3-2 pitch, and that one misses high and inside, ball 4. So the Mudcats, for the first time today, they have bases loaded. And here comes Dante Coyote. His last at bat, he had a double right over the center fielder's head out towards the 400 marker in center field. And that was against the starting pitcher, Gerke. So he gets a chance to face another lefty. This time with bases loaded and 1 out. Here's the pitch, and that one misses low. Want to know to Coyote? And Coyote looks at a fastball off the inside, 2-0. So Coyote ahead in the count, 2-0. And this one misses low, 3-0. So now Dante Coyote is ahead in the count, 3-0, sitting in the driver's seat. We'll see if he gets the green light. I'd imagine if he gets something he feels like he can hit, he'll try to swing at it. 3-0, and taking all the way. There's a fastball out on the outer part of the plate, 3-1. So 3-1 count to Dante Coyote. Bases are loaded with 1 out. 3-1 to Coyote. Coyote chops one on the ground. It could be a double play. He's going to step on the bag at 3, throw over to first, not in time. So Max Garcia will come in to score. And that'll be a Mudcats run. So it works as a out at third, infield RBI for Dante Coyote. And that'll put runners at first and second for Raphael Hall. So Raphael Hall will step up to the plate with 2 outs, runners at first and second, and a big swing and a miss. Raphael Hall has gotten nothing but curveballs today. He's not gotten a single fastball from both Gerke and so far Everhard just threw him a first pitch curveball. So here's the 0-1 and another curveball, misses outside, 1-1. 1-1 to Raphael Hall. Here's the 1-1. Hall into left center field. Coming in as the left fielder. He'll make the catch. That'll end the inning. So Hall gets good wood on it, but that'll end the inning. We'll head to the top of the 6th. The Kings are coming up. It's 16. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the top of the 6th inning. Kai Davis remains out there on the mound for the Mudcats. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and a fastball off the inside corner. As that one is in there, strike one. 16-3, Kings lead the Mudcats. So a big lead as we head into the final few innings. 1-1 from Davis, misses off the plate. 2-1. Two and one count. Here's the pitch from Davis, and a good curveball in there, strike two. So Davis evens up the count, 2-2. Welcome back, Jeff.
Hey, I'm glad to be back, man. We didn't have to call our insurance company after the Dizzy Bat race.
I saw somebody fall, right?
Oh, Skiback said they had to do 12 times. I was like, what? Usually it's 8 or 10, right? Like, man, we're going to hurt somebody and might have to use our insurance. Our president, Ben Crombie, not going to be happy if we have to do that.
3-2. Fastball fouled out of play.
All three of them, though, came off the bat, all curving while they were running. It was great. The third one fell down. That was awesome.
Glad everybody's okay, though.
Me too. That was Max Garcia's dad that fell down, by the way. Great participant.
3-2. And a slider on the outside corner, strike three.
Nice pitch.
Beautiful slider from Kai Davis on 3-2. That's what he can do well with that pitch. Kai Davis laughing a little bit after that strikeout. First pitch misses. 1-0 from Davis. And a swing and a miss. Hard fastball on the outside corner, 1-1. One from Davis. And this one's hit hard and past the reach of Dante Coyote into left field for a one-out base hit.
Next up for the Kings, Ryan Hubbard.
So it's Everett. I've been saying Everhard. Everett is the pitcher that came in after Gernke. First pitch, fastball misses outside. Gotta learn names on the fly when you do these summer games. Davis misses outside with the fastball, 2-0. There's a 2-0 breaking ball, falls in there for strike one.
Kings fan John getting the game up. That was definitely a strike.
2-1. And another good curveball, strike two.
Same spot. That's a good low strike.
And Davis will, like I said, he has a good curveball. He also has a good slider. Obviously, he has the hard fastball. 2-2. And there it is. Struck him out swinging. 2 outs.
That's a good pitch sequence by him. Couple sliders, called strikes. Comes back with a pretty firm fastball on the outside corner. And a swing and a miss.
And Kai Davis, a junior at Solano. So it's going to be interesting to see where he ends up going.
Do we know where he's going?
I'm not sure because I haven't heard anything about him committing anywhere unless he already has. Now on the roster, it still has him listed at Solano. It doesn't have him listed as Portal.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure, but I'd be very interested to find out where he ends up going because he's a very talented pitcher. As this one's hit, Coyote's going to come up, throw on the run, and they got him. What a play from Dante Coyote. And that'll end the inning. So a nice inning from Kai Davis, picks up 2 strikeouts, and then a nice play from Dante Coyote. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th. 16-3, Kings, Mudcats. Welcome back to the broadcast, bottom of the 6th inning. Gilbert Roth will be the leadoff hitter. First pitch to him misses high.
Last inning they scored 1 to scratch back a hair after giving up 7, but you know what I noticed was they were being a little more patient. This guy's kind of pitching right around the zone, but not in the zone, so they got a walk or 2, I think, and some hits. And I think that's when you're behind a lot, you can't force things to happen.
2-0, and that one misses high. They haven't been able to get that big hit. And I think, last inning was the first inning where they had bases loaded, and they just couldn't get that big hit. And, I mean, you're down so much now, and it's getting later into the game. It becomes hard. As this one came in, I think it hit Roth. It did. So they're going to give him first base.
Was going to be ball 4 anyway,
Yeah.
but still. And as a hitter, you got to hate that, right? Like, hey, it's going to be ball 4. Why did you hit me? Got away from him a little bit. It definitely wasn't on purpose. But, leadoff walk scores a lot. So this is where, as hitters are coming up behind him, have to be a little patient and recognize that.
So here's Brendan Murphy. Looks like Bobby Bangs is warming up in the bullpen. It's nice to see him out there on the mound. He's been kind of battling back from I believe an arm injury.
Yes, he was limited earlier in the season. I think he was asking only 1 inning a week, and he's up to 2. So it's good to see him up and throwing.
A 1-0. Murphy. That's in there, strike one.
I'm okay with that. His first pitch was a ball. Take that as a strike. The guy's threw 5 balls in a row to the first 2 guys. That's why I was talking about being patient, and then when he makes a mistake, make him pay for it.
Here's the 1-1. That misses down and away. 2-1.
He's, like I said, around the zone, but not in it. So this is where you have to be patient and try and start to make this an inning where you can score a few runs out of it. Salvage a little bit of the day.
2-1 pitch, and he chased that one. That would have been ball 3. So the count will be 2-2. Two and two. And Murphy drives one into center field. That'll be caught though. 1 out.
That was good contact.
Brendan Murphy's kind of limping a little bit.
Yeah, I saw that.
He went down the line and kind of started limping right away. Hopefully it's not a hamstring, but it very well could be.
He's definitely favoring his one.
Yeah. Hopefully he's okay. He's going to go back to the dugout. And that's kind of what you were talking about. Guys will get hurt down towards the end of the season, especially in this league. You always want to watch out for the guys that are going back to colleges that play some pretty important roles on those teams. Because a lot of times, good or bad season decides your future as a prospect or as a college athlete. Especially if, wow, that one was way inside, and it was called strike one. It backed Caden Whitten all the way off the plate. That was a very interesting call. That one misses high.
Yeah, and we're looking at after this game, 4 games left on the season, 1 home game, 3 away games. And nobody wants to get hurt in these last few games right before you go back to school in a couple weeks.
2-1. That one misses high. And I'll definitely be keeping up on stats with a lot of these guys as they go back to their schools and programs. Because top to bottom, this lineup, as far as the Mudcats lineup, as that one's taking ball 4, these guys are all very excellent, talented players and hitters.
Yes.
So, I'd love to see what they do at their programs when they go back. Especially the guys that are going, the first-year guys, the guys that are going to be freshmen going into these big programs, these big D2 programs. Or I'm not sure if we have any D1 players. I'll have to check it. I know we keep getting new guys that get added.
Yeah, you got Cal Elvis going down to UC San Diego.
Do have a couple Cal State Stanislaus players, obviously Crudo.
Yes. But yeah, and then the guys that are maybe going from JUCO to another, whether they're going to a D3 or D2 or NAIA.
Yeah.
But just going to bigger schools, see how it affects them or how well they can do there, and maybe, contribute to that team. Looks like the Kings have another lefty warming up in the bullpen, so they're going lefty, lefty, lefty today.
Yeah.
Which has proven to be pretty good for them.
2-0 to Garcia. Garcia looks at a fastball off the plate, 3-0. If he reaches, as now we're going to get a Kings Mound visit. If he reaches, this will be the 4th time that he's reached base.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, Max is putting together a great AB here. He sees that the guys had 2 walks, 1 out on the fly ball to center, but he is struggling to find the zone a little bit. So don't give in to him and get a ground ball or fly ball out. Let him either walk you or make a mistake and get a nice hit. Wouldn't be surprised if Max is swinging 3-0 here.
3-1 or 3-0. That one is taken in there. Strike one. Now it's 3-1.
That was a full take.
Well, 22 games played. He's hitting .425 on the year. He has 1 home run, 21 RBIs, and 7 stolen bases. So he's had a really good year in the PEL. So here's the 3-1, and that's taken ball 4. So the Kings he's 3 for 3 today. They didn't even bother trying to pitch to him. I think once when it got to 3-1, Garcia.
So besides the fly out to center field, the bases are loaded on walks.
Yeah.
So to me as a coach, I'm telling my guys coming in, looks like we have a pinch hitter here too.
Christian Rambo is the pinch hitter.
Like, listen, the guy has put all 3 of these guys on base by walking them, so I would probably be fairly patient here and at least take 1 strike. Make him pitch to you.
Christian Rambo. So the pitch that misses high.
Yeah, and I'd be, I hope he's not swinging until he gets a strike here, because this guy is struggling a little bit. You got the base load and a chance to put some guys over the plate.
And this one's in tight. There's a big hole open on the left side of the infield with the third baseman kind of covering the bag. Even when he goes back, he's not going to the normal third base position. And the shortstop is shifted all the way over, almost behind the second base bag. So you have a big open hole on that side. Here's the 2-0. And that didn't have to be, but it's called strike 1.
That did not look like a strike. Looked a little up and out.
Yeah. Especially when you're all over the place, I always feel like the umpire shouldn't reward you. So here's the 2-1. This one's chopped on the ground. This might be a double play. And over to second for 1. They're not even going to throw it to first. With Christian Rambo's speed, it's not going to be an easy double play. So that'll knock in a run. That works as a ground infield RBI. How would you mark that?
Probably just going to be called the fielder's choice, yeah. And
Fielder's choice and an RBI.
yeah.
So here is Wyatt Davis. Runners on the corners. Here's the first pitch to him, and he looks at a fastball off the plate. These Kings fans are very, very passionate.
Yeah, and that ball is inside by 3 baseballs probably. And even the Kings dugout wanted that as a strike.
1-0, and that one is a strike.
From the stand, you definitely don't have the angle. I know from coaching first a lot for the Mudcats over the past few years, or being in the dugout, you don't have a great angle, and you think you see what, it's over the plate, but the umpire probably has the best angle.
1-1, curveball off the plate, 2-1.
We see height pretty well from the sides, but you're not seeing if it's over the plate or not. You can kind of tell. Usually I like to watch the catcher where he moves the glove from.
And Davis pops one high in the air in the infield. Over to get it is the first baseman. He's under it. That'll end the inning. So the Mudcats strand a couple of runners. They do score 1, though. We'll head to the top of the 7th. It's 16-4. Hi, welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the top of the 7th inning. Got to put it on the ice pack right now before we lose the broadcast for good.
I'm running out of ice packs.
Bear with us. The wind's kind of starting to pick up here, but we're running the broadcast off of an iPad and a single camera, so things can only be good for so far. It is 3-0. Bobby Bangs is the pitcher. He takes over on the mound for the Mudcats, so he'll take over for Kai Davis. Good outing from Kai Davis. Didn't give up any runs through about 1.5 innings, I would say, right?
1 1/3. I think
1 1/3, yeah.
He came in with 2 outs. I
Yeah.
think in the
Okay.
7-run inning. Got that 3rd out, and then pitched the full inning
Okay.
of the 6th.
Yeah, because I thought, from what I remember, I thought he came in with only 1 out. But if he came in with 2, then yeah, it would be inning and a third. So,
I don't know. It seems like a long time ago.
yeah. Well, that inning was long
Yes.
when Castor started that inning in the top of the 5th. And kind of like what you were talking about in this back half of this season as it's coming to an end, the Mudcats, they've had those big innings where they've given up a lot of runs, and it's been long innings where they've had to either have a pitcher throw a lot of pitches or they've had to go to multiple pitchers just to get out of the inning. And that could be part of the reason why there's a lot of pitchers aren't available for the Mudcats towards the end of the season, because that middle part of the year, especially when they went to Humboldt and then they had that trip to Medford, which was before Humboldt, they used up a lot of pitchers, a lot of guys.
Well, and on those 2 road trips too, you had Medford was a 3-day series, but 4 games. Humboldt was a 4-day, 5-game. So we had a game each day, and one of the days was a doubleheader.
Yep.
You know, as a coach, I don't want to play 5 games in 4 days. It's almost ridiculous to expect a team to do and have all that pitching through there.
So Bobby Bangs is just struggling to find the strike zone.
Yeah,
So-
he's bounced a few past the catcher so far. The other thing with these long innings too, you get either one pitcher or multiple pitchers. Your defense is out there so long on a hot day, and then the ball's hit to you, and that's when sometimes either an error, or a throwing error, just a mental mistake, because you're just standing out in the infield or outfield for so long that it's a little draining.
Well, you look at Wyatt Davis in left field, he was down in a crouch after that walk.
On the last pitching change, the 3 outfielders, 2 of them were knelt down, and I think Wyatt Davis was sitting down in the grass taking a little break.
That was always, when I played outfield and you'd have those long innings, it can really expose you as a baseball player if your awareness and being ready on every pitch. It really tested me, and I used to kind of play all over the outfield, but left field was kind of the main position I would play when I would be in the field, other than second base. But
Oh, it's tough. The mental focus starts
Yeah.
to fade, right?
And
Like,
it was-
it's very difficult to be out there for a long time and have that real good focus on the game.
yeah,
Can I grab one?
but you obviously want to stay ready at all times. Here's the 1-1 from Bangs, and a good slider. Chases that one way out of the strike zone. 1-2. That was probably Bangs' best off-speed pitch in this entire inning. Well, like we were talking about, Bangs coming back from that injury. It's only been kind of taken. There's a swing and a miss, strike 3. Blew the fastball right by him.
That was nice. Low and out in the outside corner of the zone. Tough pitch to hit.
Going back to Bobby Bangs, he's a talented right-handed pitcher. He throws really hard. He's probably the hardest thrower on this team.
One of them, he sits
Yeah.
there right around 90, I think it is. I think I've seen him ramp up a 92 or so.
What's Kai Davis at? Because I know his velo has really upped since last season.
You know, I'd hate to guess because I don't remember, but he's definitely a little higher than our average. You know, we have a lot of guys right at the 80, 82 mark.
Yeah.
I think Davis is sitting a little higher than that. I don't think he's quite near the 90. We have a few guys at the 90 mark. Somebody hit 94, 93 last week. DJ.
DJ Anderson's one of those guys, yeah.
He sits 89, 90 all the time, ramps him up to 91, 92 at times.
Yeah.
I mean, he's 6'7".
Yeah.
He's got the leverage.
He has
right?
a cannon for an arm.
Yeah.
So.
Big dude.
Yeah.
Big, tall guy, muscular.
Here's the 1-0 from Bobby Banks. And a fastball on the outside corner. Strike 1. 1-1. So runners at the corners. No runs in yet for the Kings. If you can get a ground ball, the Mudcats, they love to turn double plays. They've done it the whole season. See if you can get out of this inning. 1-1. This one's chopped on the ground. We'll see if they turn two. Here's the throw to second for one. Throw to first, not nearly in time. The speed of Blake Porter was just a little bit too much.
Yeah, ball a little chopper, so it takes
Yeah.
a little time to get to the first baseman. Rambo makes a good throw to second to get that runner out.
Yeah, Christian Rambo, talk about the defensive substitutions. Christian Rambo came in to hit for Zach Goldenberg, so Zach Goldenberg's day is over. He was the starting first baseman today for the Mudcats. So Christian Rambo will come into the game. We've seen him on the mound a lot this season for the Mudcats.
Yes.
And he's had some really, really good appearances for them. Looking around the field, doesn't look like there are any more defensive substitutions. Swing and a miss, strike 2.
Yeah, I don't believe it. Looks like everybody's still in except for Rambo going into first. Looks like Kings are probably going to have another lefty come in after this.
0-2 from Bobby Banks. Fastball, struck him out swinging. 3 fastballs. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. We'll head to the bottom of the 7th. Mudcats coming up. Hi, welcome back to the broadcast. Bottom of the 7th inning. Cal Elvis will lead things off for the Mudcats. Got a new pitcher on the mound as he sends some chin music towards Elvis's way. Number 47, the left-handed pitcher, Bruno Condit. 6'1", 200-pound lefty. It's the third left-handed pitcher as this one is hit high and deep into right field. Going back as the right fielder at the wall, and he leaps, sort of leaps. Kind of falls backwards and he makes the catch. What a play from the right fielder. That ball had some major carry to it. So that'll bring up Coyote with one out.
I'm going to say this, but the dude on the mound kind of looks like you, man. Minus the full beard. He's got the flowing hair going.
He's got
yeah, right?
the mullet.
Yeah. I'm jealous. I mean, don't have a lot on top anymore.
You can't grow that hair anymore?
No. Not at all.
There was once upon a time, though, that you could.
Yeah, it went away pretty early, man, in my early career, about 19 or 20. Hereditary thing. I have the same hairline as my dad.
0-1 to Coyote. Coyote pops one up, out of play.
Yeah, no, he's got the long flowing hair,
Yeah.
man. I think he's got a mustache. Maybe it's hard to tell from here in the sun and the shadow from his hat, but I mean, you're not a lefty though.
No, I'm a righty.
Yeah, so he's probably better than you.
What do you have against the righties?
Huh? I'm a lefty, man. We're unique. 15% of the world is left-handed, and that makes us special and unique. Or weird, as you righties sometimes say. And then we get pigeonholed, man. Not that I'm, bitter about it, but pitching, first base, or any position in the outfield.
Yeah.
I caught when I was younger for the American Legion team here in town.
Coyote.
Was a pretty good catcher. Loved it because that's a love or hate relationship, but had a high school coach that would say, you're not catching, and I said, Coach, but I catch on my Legion team. He says, you're not getting it. Your lefties don't catch. I'm like, but Coach, I'm pretty good. He said, Matlock, you're not getting it. Lefties don't catch. So after 3 times, I kind of got it.
0-2, and that one misses. Looked like off the plate. 1-2.
Yeah, he definitely was not into left-handed catchers. So
It is a rarity.
Pitching first base and outfield it was, and then even in outfield, like left-handers in left field.
1-2. Coyote pops one up. This will head out of play. Ethan Perkins, it looks like it is Ethan Perkins warming up in the bullpen for the Mudcats, so he'll probably take on after Bobby Bangs, who again is on that inning limit.
You know why they like lefties in left field?
What?
See, it's high-level stuff, man. Your glove is to the foul side of the field there. So if you run a foul ball down, your glove side is there.
Coyote sends one high and deep into left field, and that ball is gone. Dante Coyote hits a solo shot, and he'll get to round the bases. And that ball got out in a hurry. So that's a Mudcats home run. That's nice to see for Dante.
Yeah, that ball was well hit. Right over left center, about 370. And like you said, it got out pretty fast. Low line drive. Not real windy right now. The flag is hanging down almost against the pole, blowing a little bit, but not very much according to normal Fairfield winds.
Well, and the iconic Yarborough wind swirl that we get right on the stadium, it seems like every game. So that ball was hit hard enough that I think even with the wind, that ball would have cut right through the wind like a golf ball. And Hall sends one into center, going back as the center fielder, and he leaps and makes the catch. Wow, what a play. He took a really questionable route to the ball. He came in, which as an outfielder, that is not what you're supposed to do. Your first step is always back. He came in on a beeline right at the ball, and then he turned and just made a leaping catch right at the last second. That would have been probably a triple, knowing Hall's speed, if he didn't catch that.
Yeah, that ball was hit pretty well, and that guy took a bad route. And, one of those days for the Mudcats when it's not your day, it's really not your day.
Gilbert Roth looks at a first pitch fastball in tight, but called a strike.
I looked a little down and in, and Roth thought so as well. I don't blame him.
0-1 to Gilbert Roth. Roth hits one into center field. Center fielder's right there. That'll end the inning. But Dante Coyote goes bye-bye baby to left field, and we'll head to the top of the 8th. It's 17-5. Hi, welcome back to the broadcast. Top of the 8th inning. New pitcher on the mound for the Mudcats. It'll be the right-handed pitcher Ethan Perkins will take over on the mound for Bobby Bangs. Bobby Bangs didn't give up any runs. He pitched out of a jam. He kind of was... Oh, he gave up 1 run.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I'm looking at the top of the 6th. I'm not looking at the top of the 7th. But yeah, Bobby Bangs gave up 1 run, but that was all that he ended up giving up. He pitched out of a jam and kind of was struggling to locate his fastball right out the gate, and then he kind of got a hold of it at kind of the back half of that inning. That helped him get out of that jam. Kings left, I believe it was 2 runners in scoring position, as Ethan Perkins misses with the slider. 3-2. We've seen that pitch called a strike before.
That looked pretty good.
A couple of innings before, Caden Witten had that pitch called on him. Here's the 3-2. Fastball and strike 3. Probably got a little bit help there from Gilbert Roth. That was good.
Number 40, Ethan Perkins.
That was a good fastball, though, from Ethan Perkins. 3-2. Just
I think he swung at it, didn't
No, he took it.
Oh, I saw some dirt fly up. I thought maybe that was the bat.
Yeah, that was from Gilbert Roth's glove.
Oh, wow. Might have caught a 17-5 break.
There's a good breaking ball, strike one from Perkins. Here's the 0-1. And another good backdoor curveball in there for strike two.
Got it like a delivery of free hot dogs.
I know. It's the kind of things that you get when you're a broadcaster.
Hey, man.
Welcome to the broadcasting
That's
life,
part of
Jeff.
your pay. You're working for a hot dog. You get the same pay I do.
Oh, too?
I get a raise from President Ben Crombie every year. I think to keep me around just for moral support. I get a 10% raise every year I've been with the Mudcats. But as they say, 10% of zero is still zero. I do it because I love it. I like being part of the Mudcats program, working with the college players. Kind of keeps me young at my age.
Yeah.
It's good to come out and stay young and give back to the community.
2-2. This one is launched down the left field line, and that ball is off the wall. Wyatt Davis was jogging down the line as if that ball was going to be well out of the ballpark. But I'm wondering if, there's no wind, so he just didn't get all of it. But that's a one-out double.
Yeah, right off the fence at 3:30.
Yeah. But the look off of Wyatt Davis's face and kind of his body reaction to that ball, he kind of just turned and didn't really start. He was like lightly jogging down the line as if that ball was going 450 down the left field line. Right off the bat, it looked like it was a home run, so I could probably see why Davis thought so, but he has a better angle than we do. So that puts a runner at second. Perkins fires in a strike. Yeah, I love doing the play-by-play, and getting to do it for the Mudcats this summer was really cool. And it's one of those things, too, where it keeps me fresh, because going back to Solano in the fall, or really next month.
Yeah.
It's fall, but...
Yeah, a couple weeks, right?
Yep, a couple weeks I'll be starting, but we don't really start doing, I won't really start doing play-by-play for them, as that one is in there, strike three, backdoored him with the slider. 2 outs. Perkins gets his second strikeout of the game.
So you have your final semester, correct, in the fall?
Yes, I believe so. I have to meet with my counselor just to update everything.
Confirm
everything.
Yeah, that's probably a wise decision, is to confirm things.
But yeah, I'm very close to being done.
Yeah, nice.
That one's in there for strike one.
Any plans on schooling after that, or?
Well, I want to continue to do internships with play-by-play. I'm working with a friend of mine, Nathaniel Thomas. He used to go to Solano, and he does he works with Greg Poff, and he's worked with our broadcasting team out there at Solano College. And he set me up with a lot of jobs. He set me up to do the American Canyon High School baseball team.
Nice.
Over the spring, which was a really cool experience. I worked with some high schoolers out there that helped run the program. It was really me, though. I did all the camera stuff. Here's the 0-2, and a swing and a miss, strike three. Ethan Perkins, dominant inning, 3 strikeouts. And we'll head to the bottom of the 8th inning. Mudcats Welcome back to the broadcast. Bottom of the 8th inning. Pinch hitter for the Mudcats, Joaquin Stewart, will step in. He got his first game ever as a Solano Mudcat and first start. It's the game 2 days ago when they played the Potters. As this one is lined into left field for a base hit. And that's exactly what Stewart did on his first at-bat ever as a Solano Mudcat. He got the start at second base. And then one of the things, too, that caught my eye about him was when he got on first, the very next pitch of the at-bat, he stole second and then he stole third. So he immediately established himself as a base stealer. Very athletic, very quick. Obviously, that's something that the Mudcats really would like, to have somebody like that on the base paths, because they don't steal a lot. The Mudcats are not a heavy base stealing team.
Yeah, Stewart all the way from Washington, the state of Washington, Seattle University, from Albany, California, right here in the Bay Area.
1-0. And Caden Witten sends one into right field. That should be a fly out. And wow, the wind is probably picking up a little bit, because that looked a lot more difficult than it probably should have been right off the bat. But Witten is retired. Stewart will go back to first. Yeah, Joaquin Stewart. He's right at home. Back home this summer, playing for the Mudcats.
Yeah, Albany's probably only 30 to 45 minutes from Solano College here. Right down in the Berkeley area.
We'll have another pinch hitter. Bruce Boucher will come in. I'm assuming that he's coming in for Gilbert Roth. Yeah, it looks like he is. Bruce Boucher doesn't really play any other positions other than catcher. He'll DH from time to time, though. As 0-1, this one is hit into right center field, and it'll fall down for a base hit. Bruce Boucher, he's kind of caught fire the last week and a half. His bat's really come alive. He gets another hit there.
2 pinch hit singles.
Yeah. So that'll bring up Christian Rambo.
Next up for the Mudcats.
Another guy who just came in the game a couple of, 2 innings ago maybe? Pinch hit for... losing names now. Zach Goldenberg. And then took over the duties at first base.
So here's the first pitch to Rambo. Rambo fouls one out of play. So it looks like right now their kind of idea right now at the plate is to just ambush on the first pitch. Boucher got a base hit on the first pitch. Stewart, I believe, was on the first pitch as well. Here's the 0-1. And that one's taken, strike 2.
Don't know if he was actually warming up. Oh, it looks like it. Kyle Gross, the head coach of the Kings, making sure he was ready. Right-hander going to be coming in for the Kings probably in the ninth.
0-2, and that one chases. Oh, no, he got a piece of it. I'm assuming because Rambo didn't run to first. Must have just got a piece of that curveball.
And even if not, he's out with runners on first and second. Hey, it never hurts to run, though, and draw the throw.
I've actually seen plays where that has happened and crazy things have happened. 0-2, and this one's fouled out of play.
Hey, as a coach, I'm okay with it. If you start to run, even though you know you're out, but you draw a throw down there, and they make an errant throw and get guys to second and third instead, hey, more power to you. Hard for a catcher sometimes, even if you know the rules, to not react to that.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
0-2 to Christian Rambo. And that one goes to the backstop, so that'll move both runners up 90 feet. So.
Now he can run.
Yeah.
First base is not occupied.
We're going to get another mound visit.
That play is, how often, I'm sure it's a low percentage when first base is occupied on a drop third strike. So I think catchers are just in tune to go ahead and throw it. Sometimes you can draw that errant throw, make them rush the throw, help your team out. But, at 17-5, it's probably not going to help out a ton. Just being realistic.
Well, Christian Rambo behind the count 1-2 with 1 out. Because of the wild pitch, both runners moved up 90 feet, so now you have 2 runners in scoring position, so the double play is gone. Here's the 1-2, and that one misses low. Good take from Rambo. That was a nasty curveball that broke down and in. Christian Rambo, 2-2 the count. Here's the 2-2. That one misses well out of the zone, 3-2.
Good AB here by Christian Rambo. He's been known, I've seen him be a little anxious at times and probably getting out early on pitches. Nice to see him be patient here and make the pitcher work to him.
3-2 to Rambo. Here's the pitch, and he pops one out of play. It's about as good as a fastball as you could throw on 3-2, just right above the letters. Challenge fastball though, 3-2.
Good job for Rambo, not letting that umpire maybe call that a strike and fouling that thing off and living for another pitch here.
3-2 to Rambo. Here's the pitch, and he got him. Blew the fastball right by him, 2 outs. Put a little bit of velocity behind that fastball. So here comes Wyatt Davis with 2 outs. Mudcats have left a lot of runners in scoring position, and that's been something that they've really struggled with the last about, I'd say, month. They didn't really seem to have an issue with it at all in the beginning of the season. They were knocking in runs left and right. They still rank second, though, in the league in hitting. So, and obviously, like you were saying, Jeff, up until about, I think you said today, they were ranked first.
Yeah, it was yesterday. Yesterday or this morning. Yeah. They were ranked first in average for a team.
0-1. Davis hits one hard on the ground, and it bobbled by the first baseman. Came up and maybe took a bad hop. That'll score Stewart. So we'll see. Assuming that'll probably be an error and an RBI.
I would say that was an error.
Ball kind of got up on the first baseman. That's not an easy play to make either when you're a first baseman. You got to kind of back up on it, and it could take a weird hop at any moment. You also got to make sure that it doesn't roll right underneath your glove.
Yeah, he kind of caught himself in between hops there. You either got to go get that or drop step back, make a play on it.
So that's the Mudcats' 6th run of the game. Kyle Elvis is at the plate as he swings through a first pitch fastball. Since the 5th inning, the Mudcats have scored 1 run every inning. So they still haven't been able to get that big hit to have a big inning. 0-1. Davis is going. Here's the throw down. There won't be a throw. That's strike 2.
Little fake throw, look at third. Boucher didn't buy it.
Boucher at third. Davis gets credited with the stolen base on that. So that'll put runners at second and third. Elvis is in protect mode, though. He's down 0-2. Here's the pitch. And that one, just misses. I don't know how you take that pitch.
I don't either. That was, if he called that a strike, I probably wouldn't have been mad at the umpire. That was pretty close. Tough one to take at 0-2. At least foul that thing off. But you get a little bit of a break here.
1-2 to Kyle Elvis. Elvis pops one out of play.
That fly ball was brought by Early Morning Bail Bonds.
So 1-2. 2 outs. We're in the bottom of the 8th inning. 17-5, the Kings lead the Mudcats. One and two to Elvis. And Elvis chops a good curveball foul out towards the Mudcats dugout. Count will remain 1-2. One and two pitch on the way, and that's in the dirt, and it gets away from the catcher.
Oh, why are we not scoring?
Boucher isn't going home. I'm not sure what that was about, because it looked like Stafford kind of told Boucher Boucher's kind of talking to Stafford, but
Looked like Stafford was looking at the umpire to see what the count was. Is that 3-2 now or 2-2?
well, the scoreboard reads 2-2, but here's the pitch, and Elvis pops one high and foul out of play along the right side. But I'm not sure why. That was very confusing, because Boucher's speed, he could have easily have scored there. And Davis looked like he wanted to go to third, and then he was confused why Boucher wasn't going home. Davis, I was watching Davis kind of out of my peripheral vision. He went all the way past almost halfway, more than halfway towards third, and then he had to scramble back to second base. Here's the 2-2. And Elvis hits one into right field. It's got some carry. Going back as the right fielder. He's under it and makes the catch. So the outfielders today for the Kings have been very solid. We'll head to the top of the 9th. It's 17-6, Kings. Welcome back to the broadcast. We're in the top of the 9th inning. Ethan Perkins fires in a strike to the leadoff hitter. And another slider in there, strike two. He's gotten a really good slider working today. So a quick 0-2. 0-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Three straight sliders. Set him down on strikes, one out. Well, we're heading towards the conclusion of this game, and after this, we only have one more home game left.
Yes, Wednesday. Also like to thank Republic Services for coming out today, setting up their barbecue and their pop-up tent, and feeding our players and our staff before the game and throughout the game. I think they ended up offering free hamburgers and hot dogs to fans as well. So Republic Services throughout the years has been a great sponsor of ours, donated money to buy the snack bar behind us. They've always been a real good supporter of us, and we really appreciate Republic Services through the years, and then coming out today and feeding our guys. That was great.
So 0-2. Here's the 0-2 from Perkins. And that one gets away from him.
Doesn't hurt that our founder, one of our 3 founders, still with us today, Sean Skiback, has worked for Republic Services for over 30 years as a garbage man here in Fairfield.
2-2 the count.
I love to tease them. They used to, I used to watch those guys. I grew up in Fairfield, ride on the back of the trucks, whistling at each other. And then now all they do is have buttons and a joystick and drive around. They still work pretty darn hard, though. Those guys are at work at 5:30 a.m. every day, picking up all our trash around the city, right? Every 5 days a week.
3-2 from Perkins. This one is hit into right, coming in as the right fielder, and that'll fall in front of him. So Elvis will just play it on the hop, and that'll be a 1-out base hit. That's the hardest contact that the Kings have had against Ethan Perkins so far. Perkins has had really good stuff going for him since coming into this game. Took over for Bobby Bangs. Here's the pitch. And a slider. Must have missed low. That slider's been really good for Perkins. He's throwing it about, let's say, definitely more than the fastball. As there is the fastball, swing and a miss, strike 1. One pitch, runners going. Here's the throw down by Roth, and it nearly hit Perkins in the back of the head.
Man, Perkins was knelt down on that, and Roth is laughing.
Perkins is, what are you saying?
He's tall, but he was knelt down a little off to the side, first base side of the mound, and almost wore one on the back of his head.
Perkins is laughing a little bit at Roth. He knew he probably heard it fly right by his head.
Oh, yeah, he wondered if that was a low flyby.
1-2, and that one just misses. I was going to say, if that was DJ Anderson, I think Anderson probably would have gotten hit in the back of the head. Anderson's the tallest one on the team. Perkins is tall, but DJ Anderson is very tall.
6'7".
2-2. And a slider backdoors him, strike 3.
2 strikeouts for Perkins this inning, too. That's pretty good.
That's 5 strikeouts for Ethan Perkins since coming into the game.
Probably one of his better outings.
He's been really electric today. And it's been that slider. He's thrown it about, I'd say about 90% of the time he's throwing that slider, especially to open up each at-bat. So here's the first pitch, and that's a fastball, and it gets away from Gilbert Roth. Coyote messing with the runner at third. He was standing on the bag. The runner ran over and pushed him right off the bag. Coyote was laughing at him.
A lot of these guys either know of each other or go to school together, and they're on these different PDL teams. It's always fun to watch them have a little fun during the game.
Yeah, and you kind of find out, okay, who's friends with each other and who might not really like each other too much.
Yes.
We found that out when we went to Humboldt.
Yeah, yes.
No, I'm not dissing Humboldt. if there's any Crabs fans listening. That was a really fun experience going there and meeting those guys. A lot of high competitiveness, obviously, going and playing there. But it is fun getting to see, like you're saying, getting to see who's friends with each other out there and guys that may have come up through high school. This one's fouled straight back.
Yeah, a lot of these guys either played high school together or rival high schools or played summer ball as they were coming up through high school, travel ball together. Things are new each other. Baseball becomes a pretty small community when you get to this level.
2-2 pitch. Slider hitting to right. It's got Carey going back, looking up, and it's off the wall. So Elvis will play it off the wall. He'll fire it back in. I think he thought for a minute he had a chance to catch it, and that's why he kind of followed it all the way back to the wall, because normally you would just turn and try to play it off the wall.
Yeah, that ball looked like it had a chance to go out as
Yeah,
well.
had a lot of carry going to right field.
Hit about halfway, 3/4 of the way up the outfield fence, which is about a 16-foot fence, I think.
Yeah, it's funny with this stadium, you would think, left field would kind of be the home run territory, but at this ballpark, it's right field. There's a lot of wind that pushes the fly balls. You'll see, even with Falcons games, you'll see balls get hit in the air by both Falcons players and opposing teams that visit here. You'll see balls get hit in the air to right field that just all of a sudden get a bunch of carry, and then they just carry right over the fence.
Yes, it usually blows out either dead center or, the majority of the time, dead center or right center
Yeah.
is where the wind is blowing.
Left field is not it does see home runs, but not nearly as much to there as to right, as there's a swing and a miss.
And a very symmetrical field, 330 down both lines, 370 to the gaps, and 400 dead center.
Not to mention you have the small kind of gap where the scoreboard's at.
Yes.
So you have the small fence. 1-2, slider on the outside, and called a ball.
Yeah, that fence, the height is half the height of the normal fence a little bit wider than the scoreboard. It sits kind of low. So if it does go over there, that is a home run still.
2-2. Here's the pitch from Perkins. And a slider, and that got him strike 3. So Perkins, 6 strikeouts in this appearance. Great outing from him. He only gives up 1 run. We'll head to the bottom of the 9th. The Mudcats will get their last ups. Welcome back to the broadcast. Last half of the ninth, Dante Coyote will lead things off. He hit a solo home run in his last at bat. He hit one into left field. New pitcher out there for the West Coast Kings. 46, John Bullock. I recognize that name from somewhere, but
He's played against us before, and I don't know if he was a pitcher or not.
here's the 1-0. And a curveball on the outside, strike one.
Or at least a regular pitcher for them.
46, that's his number.
Yeah, he's listed as an outfielder.
1-1. And Coyote chases the slider off the plate.
I know the Kings after this travel up to Humboldt for a 3-game, I believe it's a 3-game series. 3 or 4 games. It might be the, oh no, I'm sorry, I think, I could be wrong. They might be going to Medford.
2 fouled straight back to the screen.
But I did talk briefly before the game with Kyle Gross. They were getting ready to go on a road trip. So they're going to save an arm here, leading 18-6. I don't blame them.
1-2 to Coyote, and that one's off the plate. Yeah, the season's already just about over.
Yeah, winding down for everybody. It's going to be the last week of the season.
2-2, and that hit him. So, Bullock, 2-2, just hit him with the curveball. Coyote having fun. It's always good to see the players positive, especially when you're not winning.
Yeah, when you're down 18-6, it's kind of tough. Especially when you get hit, but I don't think you got hit by much. It was probably in the 60s, maybe 70
Yeah,
miles an hour.
I always used to say this when I used to hit it. Getting hit with a curveball was like heaven compared to getting hit with a fastball.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I was always hoping if I ever got hit, and I used to get hit a few times, but if I ever got hit, I was always praying that it was a curveball.
Yes.
0-1 to Hall, and Hall rips one over the right fielder's head, and it is gone. Raphael Hall with a laser beam right over the jersey out in right field.
That's the Aaron Demuth 44 jersey.
And Hall, being the very heavy pull hitter that he is, got a hanging breaking ball right down the middle, and he did not miss it.
That ball got out in a hurry.
Yeah, and I kind of lost track with it, but that's usually when I follow the right fielder, and he took about 2 steps, turned, and just looked up. And that ball was right over the fence. So that's 2 Mudcat home runs in this game. Got one by Dante Coyote, and now Raphael Hall joins the home run party.
I thought I still had the score at 18-6, but now it's showing on the scoreboard 20-8. Did they score a couple runs? Or did they accidentally?
I believe they may have accidentally added one on the Kings side.
They didn't score 3 in the top of the
No,
ninth.
they only scored
1.
They scored 1.
Yeah, so it's 18-8.
Yeah.
Okay. I looked up and saw that, and I was like, wait a minute, I didn't miss 3 runs last inning.
Yeah.
Perkins had 3 strikeouts.
Yeah.
And only 1 run scored.
Yeah, and the inning before, Perkins had 3 strikeouts as well. He opened up the inning and walked the leadoff hitter, and then he struck out the next 3 hitters in a row.
Yeah,
so he finished his day with 6 punch-outs.
So it's... Oh, that just stopped.
Welcome back. We just had a camera die on us, so we switched real quick to enough to finish this game. Joaquin Stewart is at the plate. 1-2 the count to him with 1 out. And he takes a fastball on the outside corner, strike 3. That looked way off the plate, but Stewart is down on strikes, and that'll bring up the pinch hitter, Cruz Wexler. So
That was like a NASCAR pit change there.
that was
man.
like a pit stop.
Yeah, I changed 4 tires and a camera in about 5 seconds. So kind of proud of myself there. Well, we've done it so much lately that it's becoming habit. To
You're
change
kind of
these cameras.
just expecting something to go wrong when you come here.
Yeah.
At this point, Wexler down the line, foul.
Hey, part of my job, the majority of my job has been as a problem solver this year. Problems with cameras, problems with iPads, computers, TrackMan, filling in gaps when people are unable to make it.
0-1, and Wexler drives one deep and foul. Wexler dropped the bat and just stood in the box, and I think if that ball had been just fair, that ball would have went a long way.
Yes, it was definitely a home run if it was fair. As they used to say, if it's fair, it's gone.
0-2 to Cruz Wexler. Wexler drives one into right, coming as the right fielder, and it's going to fall and get by him. So that's going to be extra bases. Cruz Wexler digging for second, and he's going to get the stop sign at second. So I think that one he hit off the end of the bat because he barreled it.
It had
So
quite a bit of topspin on it, too.
Yeah.
So you see the right fielder coming in, and then he stopped recognizing it was going to get, and then it bounced off of him. Kind of short hopped himself.
So Bruce Boucher will come up to the plate. He got a base hit in his last at bat. I believe he drove in a run as well. Boucher swings through a first pitch fastball.
Mudcats down to their last out. Huh? 2 outs here, runner on second.
Oh, and 1 to Boucher.
You almost said Bobby.
I almost did.
That's a fine H2O. You know why the alligator is always angry? He got all them teeth and don't have a toothbrush. Great movie.
1-1. Here's the pitch. Wow.
That's up in the zone. Kansas fans aren't happy about it. That's up. That's definitely up in the zone. Boucher's not a tall young man. Average size.
2-1. Here's the pitch to Boucher. And Boucher pops it up, and this should do it. Coming back is the first baseman, and he's under it, and that'll be the ball game. So, the West Coast Kings and their final trip out to Yarborough Stadium for the 2026 season, they come out and they win by a final score of 20-8. The Solano Mud
18-8.
Oh, 18-8. Sorry, I was looking at the scoreboard.
Yes.
Right before it disappeared.
It
So
got turned off quick, too.
yeah, I guess that's the sort of thing that happens when with the scoreboard too out here. Sometimes kind of used to it with the Falcons games. Can't really rely on the scoreboard out here at Yarborough Stadium. But the Mudcats, like I said before, and like we were discussing, they have one more home game, and then they finish their 2026 season out on the road. And I believe their last game is against the Prune Packers for the 2026 season.
It is. We'll be at home on Tuesday, the 22nd, against the Marysville Giants. And then Thursday, they're at Lincoln against the Potters. Friday, they'll be in Healdsburg, 6 p.m. And then Saturday, they're off. And then the final game of the season's away also, the 26th on a Sunday at 6 p.m. in Healdsburg. So got the Giants, and then you got 3 tough games. You got 1 against Lincoln and 2 against Healdsburg. Both those teams are in the top of the league right now, doing really well. So,
Yep. And for the Mudcats, I mean, obviously, it's been a tough season. And when they started out the season, they were the hottest team in the league. They had a really excellent preseason, kind of a spring training, if you will. But yeah, that's going to do it. I mean, I would give my thoughts real quick on it. I think just their pitching was not the best in this game, and it kind of put the game away early when you give up, like you were always saying, Jeff, that big long inning where you give up multiple runs, and it happened right in the very first inning. The starting pitcher, Carson Thompson, didn't even make it out of the first.
correct.
And I'm sure Kyle Stafford was hoping that Carson Thompson, who has been very reliable this season, kind of had what you would call a blow-up game. So
Yeah, the way the season's been going, you're hoping to get like at least 3 out of these guys, right? Like, and to not get out of one really puts you behind the 8 ball in a game. And then to give up 9 that inning, and then we had a 7-run inning against us as well.
Yeah,
that never helps.
So that 7-run inning kind of put the game away.
Yeah,
and that's something obviously that you don't want if you're the Mudcats, but it's been happening as of late. But some positives, the offense continues to do well. They scored 8 runs today, 2 home runs, one off the bat of Dante Coyote, and then another off the bat of Raphael Hall, which obviously probably has to feel good for Hall.
Yes.
He's struggled at the plate as of late. But yeah, that'll wrap things up. I'm Ryan Irwin. Alongside me doing the color today was Jeff Matlock.
Had a great time filling in for Antonio Harris. I always love working with you, Ryan. It's great to jump in here on the headset and talk to you and cover a game. So another one of my duties filling in.
Yeah. Well, you've done a really good job at it, and I've
appreciate it.
I've been grateful to work with you and work with the Mudcats and get close with the players and stuff. But that'll wrap